Hello, and welcome to episode 95 of the Daybotcast. This is our first live episode, so we'll see how this goes. Anyways, we are a weekly podcast where the three of us, Nate's usually here, so this week two of us, me and Andrew, come together to talk about K-pop and whatever's current in the industry. This week we're doing our monthly releases list, so basically what we do is we'll basically just talk about what our favorite releases of the month are. So we'll be doing that in alphabetical order. And Nate is here technically, is in chat for those of you watching live. But yeah, anyways, as always, I'm joined by Andrew. He usually has three things.
Oh, that's Wade going first. Number one. Well, as I mentioned last week, I was planning on going to the Red Sox parade, and oh man, it was lit. I saw a human being break open shotgun a beer can by smashing it on their forehead.
Oh god.
I mean, I'm guessing that's a normal thing in Boston. I don't know. Honestly, I really don't know, but it was amazing.
All I know is some guy did that in a class once in my freshman year.
Wait, in a classroom? They shotgun?
Yeah, it's like in the back of the lecture hall. They did it when the teacher wasn't looking. It was hilarious.
But the beer's gonna go everywhere. It's so messy.
Yeah, no. Either the teacher didn't notice or they just did not care at that point. It was like a senior, I think. So.
Oh my god. Okay. Well, anyway, yeah, it was insane. It was fun. I got this hat, and I spent way too much money. I got to see like Fenway Park and everything. So, yep, love Boston a lot. I really want to go back up there sometime. Next we have next on the list. I just like to give our all of our condolences to Fnatic after getting 3-0'd in the grand finals of the League of Legends Worlds 2018 by Invictus Gaming. Invictus Gaming is the first Chinese team to ever win Worlds, which is crazy considering this has been going on for like 8 years now. And I saw like a video. They're like, because literally it's just been Korea. Like the first one was like an EU team, and then season 2 was like a Taipei Assassins, which is a Taiwanese team. And it was crazy. Like they were like setting off fireworks in China, and like people were celebrating, and like there was watch parties and everything. So yeah, that's how serious esports is there. And we'll actually end up mentioning League of Legends a bit later. And also next week we're going to talk about KDA. So we'll get more into that. Which is Jacob and I can't stop listening to it, or we can't
seriously, stop. I'll get into it later, but I listened to it many times.
Yeah, no, I had it on repeat like for hours on end, but it needs its own topic. Honestly, originally it was supposed to be in the releases list or like the favorite K-pop songs, but it wouldn't have done it justice. Yeah. And finally, number 3, the most important announcement of the year: Red Velvet US tour.
Woo! Except I probably won't be able to go because it's literally like a week before I go.
Yeah,
to
I was
Korea.
just like, oh, are you gonna be able to make it down here for that, or?
Who knows?
Oh, for those that don't know, the dates are February 8th in Los Angeles, February 10th in Dallas. So, Cooper, you better go. The 13th in Miami, 15th in Chicago, and 17th in good old Newark, New Jersey at the NJ Pack, which is where some Monster X. So that should be great, and it's probably gonna sell it in like 5 seconds because it's Red Velvet. So I really need to be quick on the trigger, basically. And those are the 3 things. All right, want to get into it?
Yes. One moment. I have to resize my window.
Stop talking about Scrabbles.
Okay. Anyway. Hashtag Scrabbles. Okay, anyway. Wait, it's being scrabbled on as FM? Okay. Rip audio listeners who like listen after the fact. And
yeah, the audio listeners are just gonna be so lost anytime we make any reference to the chat. It's like, what the fuck are they talking about? Scrabbles? Anyway.
Oh boy. Okay. Of course, when it's live, things go wrong. Anyways, show must go on. We'll start the releases list now. I'm Jacob, hashtag no blow note. It's fine. And yeah, I guess we can get started.
All right, so before we get into the actual songs that we're going to cover in the best K-pop songs of October 2018. I just wanted to give a refresher for those that will be listening to this later of the albums we already reviewed. So just in alphabetical order, we already reviewed April's The Ruby, Boa's God, how many solo albums? It was like 9th full album or something like that.
Yeah,
like,
9th full album. That came right after her first
mini album. It was entitled Woman, From His Nine's From Nine, IZ*ONE's debut album Color Eyes, Monsta X's Take One, Are You There, NCT 127's Regular Irregular, Soyu's Part 2 Refresh, Stray Kids' I Am You, Wiki Mickey's Kiss and Kicks, Yuri's The First Scene, and Zion T's ZZZ.
It doesn't feel like that was all this. Like that was all.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like I did not realize how many we ended up reviewing just in 1 month. So that's insane, and it's gonna get even worse next month or in this month, November. So, yep, you're gonna get a lot of album review episodes, guys. So just enjoy it.
Yep. All right. So with that, we can get into the list. I guess we'll just start it right out. So first on the list, we have AKB48 because Andrew's addicted now. So they had their new title track, which is called No Way Man, off the same single title. Yeah.
I still didn't get to order it yet, but I will. I probably gonna end up ordering like 5 different versions just because there's so many people on here that I want. So the premise behind this latest single is that it's everyone that was in top 20, all the 48 group members that were in top 20 of Produce 48 got to participate in the Senbatsu. So that is Miyazaki Miho, Takahashi Juri, Takayuchi Miyu. This is her last single before she graduates. Shitao Miyu, Honda Hitomi, Shiruma Miru, Yabuki Nako, and Miyawaki Sakura. So yeah, again, Hichan, Nako, and Sakura. This is their last promotion in AKB48. Before they are gone until like 2021 or something like that, or some crazy like 3-year exclusive contract like that. So, I'd say for an AKB48 song, the choreography was a lot more intense than I was expecting at first, because usually that's like the first like point of contention is like, oh, why are they just doing all this weird stuff that is never in sync or whatever. But it was pretty cool to see like intense choreography. I guess my only complaint would be they kind of rushed through the lyrics at some point. They're just like like trying to keep up with the beat, so it just kind of comes off as kind of awkward. The thing that sucks though is that even though Takayuchi Miyu is like, oh my god, this is her last stage and everything, it's gonna be so like important, she gets like 1 millisecond of screen time. It's so annoying.
Yeah.
That was so sad. And then there's like a part where they all line up because it's supposed to be like, oh, you see everyone's head, but then Nako's so short that she's hiding behind Sakura and you can't even see her head. It's so funny. Hey, overall, I enjoyed the single. I'm gonna spend way too much money on it, and I'm glad that before Miyu graduated, she finally got to be in a senbatsu for AKB48 again. So I'm really happy for her, and it's the best way to send her out.
Yep. All right. So next we have Ashmute with the song "Summer's Gone," which is off of the single of the same name.
You skipped one, Jake.
Oh, sorry. We can just cover that and then go into the one that I skipped on accident.
All right. Well, yeah.
Did you can go first, I guess. Yeah, okay. I did, but you can go first.
We covered Ashmute. I don't know. I forget how many months ago, but we covered the song Ghost. Yeah, it was like all the way back in like the beginning of the year. But like we really liked her, or the really like lo-fi sort of nature of it, and this is kind of like a similar sort of vibe. Really love the bass track on it, like just overall a really chill song. So I'm obviously going to enjoy anything with the bass line as the prominence.
Yeah, as soon as I heard this, I was like, "Oh, Andrew's gonna love this." Basically, the lo-fi, almost like city popish nature is like, I knew you'd love that kind of thing. So yeah, overall, I really like it as well. I'm definitely gonna add this to my playlist.
Mm-hmm.
So going back, the one I accidentally skipped was Amber from FX. She released a music video for her song "Lost at Sea," which I actually thought turned out pretty well, despite it being like so low budget. Like, Seems
Yeah,
like she basically just, went out and shot a music video with
herself. Yeah.
her, yeah, with her camera and stuff. So, yeah, it turned
Yeah,
out pretty good.
it's interesting because the other song that she did off of this like digital single, the other song "White Noise" was actually produced by SM, but this one she produced on her own. So maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was only supposed to be like "White Noise" was the lead single, and then she's just like, okay, she's just like, all right, I'll just do this myself. And if SM's not gonna back it any further than that, but I like "White Noise." I enjoyed the song a lot better than I did her self-produced, self-released album before Rogue Rouge. It's basically like a giant like performance MV.
Yeah.
And obviously a real big like appeal or a real big thing that I loved about this music video is that one of the director and one of the choreographers for this, and it actually shows up in the music video, is Sora Yang. Sora Yang is a really, really big name in the sort of West Coast like dance and choreography scenes. So it's cool to see like all these like the connections that she has and everything. And yeah, I love her choreography so much. So it's really cool to see her work with Amber.
Nice. All right, so next we have a new group. This is their debut, ATEEZ, with their album, which is titled Treasure EP1. So assuming they're going to follow up with some sort of series.
Yep.
EP1 All to Zero, with the title track Pirate King.
I don't know why it's called Pirate King. Honestly, it sounds like some like One Piece nonsense. Yeah. Anyway, they were formerly known as KQ Fellas in their pre-debut. I know Aubrey was talking about or trying to hype them up as much as possible before. It's crazy because they, I think, yeah, they're under like a sub-label of like CJ, which is why it ended up being on like Stone Music Entertainment. And wow, I've never heard of like, oh, I guess it's CJ Money and whatever. So they have not one but two on-location music video shoots, which is insane for a Nugu. That's crazy. So, I forget the name of the other track that they the one that was actually their single, but I preferred Pirate King better just because one, the choreography is great. Yeah, Treasure. Yeah, and I preferred Pirate King more for the choreography, and I like just this song goes in basically. So definitely enjoyed this a lot more. And they're in terms of choreography, they're super clean already for like essentially a group that's just debuting. So yeah, they're probably gonna end up on like the best new male group or best new male artist list at the end of the year for us, I think.
Yeah. All right. So next we have kind of a curveball here. Black Eyed Peas and CL with the title Dopeness, which this was actually leaked like years ago, so everybody already knows.
I actually never heard it until now. Or
until,
really?
Like
we were, yeah, I never heard it, or maybe I did. I forgot all those years ago. But
yeah, I mean, I thought it was alright. It seems kind of old, to be honest, but I guess that's kind of just a Black Eyed Peas in general.
They're old.
Well, they just stayed in 2004 or whatever. You know what I mean? Or maybe not 2004. I don't know what year to put them as, but yeah, it's just like
there's
pre-2010s.
Different. Yeah, there's different like eras of Black Eyed Peas, so it's interesting because Black Eyed Peas start pre-Fergie. They started out like doing just straight up like boom bap and like hip hop and like all this stuff that they're doing on this song right now. Yeah. And then once the 2000s came around, they got into way more of the pop stuff. And then will.i.am just got addicted to using auto-tune, which I'll get to in a bit later. But yeah, it's interesting to see them like sort of go back to their roots with this song. And
yeah,
side note, I'm pretty sure that CL has more screen time in this music video than she did in Mile 22, the movie that she was in with Mark Wahlberg. Like there's somebody
like 30 seconds in that movie.
Somebody made a cut and it's literally 30 seconds, just like the entirety of like her screen time in that movie is just like 30 seconds, and this is like a 2-minute or like it's like a 4-minute, 5-minute music video, so that's incredible. As for the actual song, I do enjoy it. Again, I still have a problem with. I don't think will.i.am needed to do auto tune for this. It just takes away from the track too much. Apple de Ap had a great verse. I'm surprised. Again, I only really listened to Black Eyed Peas with their title track or their singles basically. So I'm just like, what? I don't think I've ever heard Taboo's voice ever, just because he would never he'd never rap or never sing or anything, just because it always just be Will.i.am and Fergie just stealing all the lines essentially.
Yeah.
And to be completely honest, like with how much of a mess it's been with CL, like because apparently there's rumors that she's not under Scooter Braun anymore. She leaked her own music video that she was supposed to release, but never did because YG was holding her back. So this was a rumor before, but I think she'd be better off just joining Black Eyed Peas. Honestly, she'd put out way more music than she is right now.
Probably. I mean,
yeah, and
I wouldn't doubt it because Fergie left, right?
Yeah, Fergie left.
And that was always a rumor that CL would join them. Who knows? Maybe this is hinting at that. I guess we'll see in the future.
And I mean, she'd be a perfect fit for it, honestly, because
yeah,
I think she does great in this track, honestly, and it definitely makes me miss her releasing music, and she's just like stuck permanently in the dungeon.
Yeah, all right, not going into another YG rant. All right, so next we have. This one's kind of weird to name, weird to sound out. I guess I'll call it Cacophony.
Cacophony, yeah.
Yeah. With their album, full-length album, which is titled Harmony. The title track is called Rosetta.
So basically, I was just randomly looking because how they separate the release list on Reddit is they have the main like popular like mainstream artists, and then they have something called the non-K-pop releases or like I don't know, just like indie music releases. So I scrolled through that list and I suddenly come across Cacophony, and out of nowhere, I just like scroll down to the comments, and like Umu's the top comment on there, and it turns out she did like a reaction to it. It's just like, oh my god, this song brought me to tears and everything. It was like, oh man, this must be an intense song, and she was right. Like, it's such a unique sound. I don't think I've ever heard anything like this in all our year, in like 9 months or so, or 11 months or so of covering K-pop. So what really sold this for me was like the weird, like unique sound. Like there's just like random like piano hits and all this sort of things, like sort of really lo-fi. Her voice is just insane. Like just again, just really unique timbre to her voice. And again, I'm sure you could speak on this more, but like the visuals of it is insane. Like it's just like an ultra widescreen 5K, just like really like conceptual artsy type thing.
Yeah, that's the first thing that stood out was obviously the music video. Like the way they filmed it was really interesting, with like the super like widescreen aspect ratio. Like that's beyond like 18:9. It's like it's got to be like 32:9 or something.
Yeah, it's
like
some
that.
crazy aspect ratio. So
Nate just said in the chat, Umu announced she's going to interview Cacophony today.
Oh,
so that's pretty cool.
Sweet.
She wants to set that up through like PMs or something.
I wish we had
anyways,
that kind of clout.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Well, I mean, we kind of do. It's just like every time Asel puts out music, we're just like, we love you, Asel. And she's like, oh, I love Julie Daybach. And she sends us really nice messages. So
yeah. Anyways, the MV was like the aspect ratio really lends to it because it kind of gives you more of a closed off lens rather than a more open one.
And they use the space very well. Like the screenshot I have up right now, it's just basically, it stretches out wider and it's like so narrow and it's like narrowly focused towards the center. It's like so much, it helps build the emotion of just like, oh, they're like literally in like the middle of nowhere or whatever, just like the sort of ominous nature of the track and everything. And yeah, that's a great use of cinematography. That's definitely this music video could probably end up in our, like, we have some like best music video or best like cinematography or whatever awards towards the end of the year, and definitely this has to go up there.
Yeah, though what I actually liked was the shots where they used the aspect ratio to not seem like it's widened, but rather it was squashed.
Yeah,
so they had like more of a tighter space.
Yeah.
So yeah. Anyways, onto the actual song. Her vocals are fantastic. I really dig that the most out of anything. The instrumentals are pretty empty, but I feel like that really just lends to the like feel of the actual song overall. It sort of lends the emotion like that she's trying to convey.
Definitely.
yeah, I think this song turned out amazingly.
Yeah, just one of the. This is why we go through the like the pile of garbage that or like there's so many songs. Again, there was like almost 150 songs that we had to cover this month. But
Gotta
yeah,
find the diamonds.
Yeah, we gotta find the diamonds in the crap, basically. Yep. Oh, and there is some crap on here, so just you wait.
Yeah, only extreme crap gets on our list. Anyways, for me, sorry. I didn't even say what song I was about to talk about. All right, so next we have Clara C with Sentimental Dreamin'. This song like really stood out well to me. I really like, typically I don't like trap, but I think the mix of the like Eastern instrumentals and stuff like that with the trap, I think it really lent to it, especially being in a R&B song.
So I don't know if any of you guys are familiar with Clara C, but oh man, she's been around for a while. She was during the rise, like in like the late aughts, early 2000 or early 2010s, like rise of like YouTube Asian American singers sort of thing. She's right up there with the likes of like, I don't know, like AJ Raphael, I don't know, like Gabe Bundock, like Kina Grannis, who got super popular. Like Tori Kelly is associated with that as well, and she's like getting Grammy nominations and everything. So yeah, Clara C was just one of my favorites. Like basically her entire like there's a good year of my life that's just defined by her music. So to see her just like randomly pop up on this list was insane for me. So yeah, I love her music so much, and a lot of her older music was just like acoustic stuff, like really like fun, like very like lighthearted sort of music. So to see her do this was insane. To see her like take her voice in this type of direction, just like this trap R&B direction, was incredible, and she pulls it off very well. Again, that's a testament to how good her singing is. Quite honestly, like she's definitely one of my favorites. Yeah, and again, just I love her voice so much, and I missed it all these years. It's so cool to see her pop up, like especially with Korean music and K-pop blowing up now. I hope she catches onto that wave. It's crazy. Like again, she used to just upload stuff on her own channel, and like back in the day, she was getting like millions of views. But I guess now it's just a lot of competition. But to see her show up on like a Mirror Ball or like the K Indie channel was just a shock to me. It was so cool seeing this, getting to cover this, honestly.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. Did she get like signed by a Korean company or something?
I don't know. I honestly don't. She like dropped off the radar. Like I really don't know what happened to her after I was started going to college, honestly. But I know she got married, and maybe she was just laying low until she decided to start doing music again. So I hope she does more music in the future, because again, like everyone needs to hear this beautiful voice.
Yeah. All right, so next, this was one of my favorites on the list. We have sorry about that, Cosmic Girl, which not to be confused with the group Cosmic Girls,
not
Cosmic Girl.
Yeah.
And this is a collaboration with Solar from Mamamoo, and it's a digital single for Laya. And I really, really like this. Not particularly for the music standing out, but the way it was mixed, I really like how like forward and crisp the vocals sound. This is something that like a lot of producers don't go with. They tend to like just bury things back and let the beat sort of take the stage. I personally, I guess I'd call myself more of a treble head than a bass head. So I prefer more of a like emphasis on the vocals, especially female vocals. So yeah, I really, really like the way the song was presented.
So this came about because Cosmic Girl, who I believe she used to be in a group or something, I believe. Oh no, she was a former member of Rania. Not even joking. Yeah. I think. Yeah. I wrote that down in like the spreadsheet or whatever. But yeah, she's actually Mamamoo's vocal coach. So this is how they ended up like hooking up or whatever. So it also explains why Cosmic Girl only releases like 1 or 2 songs a year, basically, just because she's busy.
She actually has a job.
Yeah, she actually has a day job or whatever. But you could definitely tell the similarities in their voices, or like how Solar definitely takes some cues after her voice. So yeah, it's pretty cool to see them do a duet like this.
Yeah. All right, so next, also one of my favorites on this list was Country Gongbang, which the album title is called "We All Need Bluegrass." If that gives you any hint of what this is like. The title track is called "A Little Long Night." I really like this. It reminds me of I guess kind of like a Korean rendition of like something like John Denver would have come out with. I really like this kind of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I just wanted to add it just because of the I don't know, just like the oddity of hearing Koreans do bluegrass, and it's amazing.
Yeah.
It's so good, and that's just a testament to how awesome music is. Where basically, I'm pretty sure they've never been to like the South in the U.S. or anything.
Oh,
like
probably
that.
not.
Yeah, and just for them to sort of be inspired enough to pick up bluegrass music, even, and like this genre from a completely different country that they've probably never experienced firsthand. That's awesome. That's really cool. I love that's the aspect I love most about music, is just like the sharing of cultures and like seeing people sort of discover like other countries' music and that sort of thing. Just much in the same way that people in America end up discovering K-pop. So it's really cool to see that.
Yeah, definitely. All right, so next up we have a collaboration with a pretty prominent American artist. So we have Dua Lipa.
She's
with
British,
a,
dude.
or sorry, English-speaking artist.
Yeah.
I've never actually heard her speak, so I didn't really know. Anyways, we have Dua Lipa with Blackpink, Kiss and Make Up. I actually thought this was really well done. This is like, especially since the Blackpink members, they actually sang in Korean for the song. I thought, honestly, I was fully expecting them to just like sing in English, but I guess when Dua Lipa sent the demo off to YG, they actually changed the lyrics to Korean, and they went from there. So yeah, this turned out really well. It came out nicely. I've been listening to it quite a bit ever since it came out. So yeah, I thought this was really well done. Also, I really hope that this is a sign that we'll continue to get like more collaborations with American artists. However, I really hope that in the future the American artists can more like push for radio play.
Well, that's the thing. It's kind of hard.
That's the determining factor with
basically.
You know, whether these songs are going to be heard is radio play. So,
and the thing is though, they really only just play singles on the radio. I mean, as always. So this isn't a single. This is just like a special thing that's on her album.
Well, she added it to the album like after the fact. It's weird.
Well, because it's an important thing. And one, she wants to get that. She wants to get a part of that sweet K-pop money.
Yeah.
There's no secret about that, honestly. And like, there's nothing wrong with that exactly. But I'd say actually, I kind of would have preferred if Blackpink sang in English, honestly. One, because there's a lot of good English speakers on Blackpink already between Lisa and Jennie.
Three of them speak English pretty proficiently, so...
It's just support Jisoo.
I mean, it's like 21. Three of them spoke English well, but then there's Minji who didn't really speak English.
Oh, it's fine. But yeah, I kind of wish they like took advantage of that, and it'd probably improve their chances of getting airplay if they sung it in English. But that being said... Again, we've more than on multiple occasions I've documented how much I've just been sort of frustrated with Blackpink's music on end, and not even joking, this might be the best Blackpink song, or the best song that Blackpink has ever been on. Honestly, I'd put this above
debatable.
I'd put this above like Playing with Fire. I was surprised with how much I like the song. I think the reason why I did is that they did a good job of... It's kind of like the worry I had with BTS and Steve Aoki when they were first doing their collaborations, or same thing with BTS and Chainsmokers. I was just like, is this going to sound like a Chainsmokers song featuring BTS, or is this going to be a BTS song featuring Chainsmokers? Where in this case, it fits pretty well in both camps, where it doesn't sound too much like a Dua Lipa song, and it doesn't sound too much like a Blackpink song. Both sides of the collaboration work very well with this style. So that's a sign of a good collaboration, honestly. And I hope we get more of it, because again, Dua Lipa is just she's like, her trajectory has just been insane over the past year or so. Just once New Rules came out, she just skyrocketed. So she's definitely going to be up there for those the Grammy like Best New Artist awards. So for Blackpink to get a collaboration like that is really cool to see.
Yep. So next we have Epitone Project. With, is it Epitone or Epitone?
No.
Epitone.
No, it is not epitome.
All right, then it's epitome. Epitome then. You can't beat epitome. Anyways, they have the title track "First Love" from their album "Words in the Wind," which Andrew had stuff to say about.
I really don't have anything to say about the song, honestly. I just want to like make a note that it's Susie in the music video. So
Woo.
yeah, that's all I have to say about this, honestly. Susie, super popular.
Yep.
That's why she's in there.
All right. Next we have Golden Child with their song "Genie" off of their new mini album "Wish," and honestly, this is probably the catchiest song they've put out to date.
Yep, probably their best song.
Also, cover of the SNSD song, as Andrew said.
Yeah, it's a cover of the SNSD song.
Not as good as the SNSD song. Sorry. They gotta do better than that if they want to rule the music industry for the next 100 years.
I still can't get over them saying that.
Yeah, like they said
crazy.
that at KCON. I was like, "What are you doing?
You guys aren't gonna be alive in 100 years."
Yeah, I don't know. Whatever.
Oh, were you done?
Well, I was wondering if you had anything to say about it.
Again, I was really like sour or just like really like meh on Golden Child at first. Like
Yeah, me
Dum
too.
Daddy like was just eh. But this is way more interesting. It's kind of has the same thing going for it that like Energetic by 101 has, just like the same type of house vibe, and so that definitely is a big factor in why I enjoyed it a lot more. And I definitely think they're coming into their own. My only complaint would be, I want that there was a sick ass dance break towards the end of the song, and I wish it went so much longer. It was like an instrumental dance break that they did. So they're definitely. Gulcha's definitely coming into their own, and so I'm definitely enjoying their. I didn't get it. This probably was with a music or a mini album. I'll probably have to go back and listen to that if I really enjoyed the single at first.
Yeah. All right. So next we have Hoodie with Sunshine, which features Crush, off of the digital single of the same title. And honestly, like all I wrote for my notes was like, has Hoodie ever put out a bad song? Like that's a legitimate question.
No, she has never put out a bad song, and that's incredible.
Like I literally every time she comes out with something, I always like it. I always add it to my library. So
Again,
yeah,
put
her vocals are so good.
Yeah, among like the R&B like solo singers, we put her up. She's like, it's like the holy trifecta of Hoodie, Suran, and Hayes. Like that's the holy trifecta right there, honestly. So, like I said, she's my favorite. She's easily my favorite member of AOMG, and it was funny. We actually didn't end up covering Crush's own song that's released on here, but he shows up on like 2 or 3 features, and I actually ended up enjoying his features more than his actual song. But they work well together. I love this music video. This music video is so funny. It's like, I don't know, they're like neighbors or whatever, kind of like The Sims or something like that. And it's just like really weird. And then they try to kill each other with like a baseball bat and like a chainsaw or something. And then at the end of the music video, Crush charges at Hayes, and it's like the most anime situation. It's Hoodie, where he charges at Hoodie with like the most, and ends up in like the most anime situation where he's just like, oops, I'm on top of her on the bed, and then out of nowhere, Simon D comes in as the police. Yeah.
Whoops.
He's like, oh, jeez. And then just leaves. It's like, what? And then singing like the screenshot I used was freaking crushing, like his random ass smile that he has like the same face in Soulmate with IU and Zico. He has after he like presses all of the elevator buttons, he has the same stupid smile. So again, just like huge props to Hoodie for her consistency. Same thing with Cha Cha Malone. Really love all of her music.
Yep. All right, next we have Icon with Goodbye Road off of their new mini album New Kid, The Final. I really, really like this. I thought this was really, really well done. Honestly, it's like basically it's just like Winner off of their first 2 albums.
Yeah, basically.
Before Taehyun left.
I guess that like what I wrote down was they're literally out winnering Winner right now. Like, because again, you know how they were supposed to like separate them, where like I guess Winner was kind of supposed to be like the emo Big Bang side of things, and Icon I guess was supposed to be more like the hype Big Bang of Things. It's like they're doing it. They're doing like the emo side way
Opposite.
better, honestly. Yeah, I'm their music output this year has just been crazy. So like they're definitely on that.
Yeah.
They're or just like the amount of success they've gotten within the past year is awesome. So they're definitely gonna end up on that like maybe breakout artist of the year list.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they do this. Yeah, I'd like to see them. Again, I think we're just kind of sour on Winner. Honestly, I'm actually more in anticipation of iKON's next release than I am of Winner's,
Yeah.
especially with like the
Well,
nonsense that
Winner
was.
came out with Every Day, which is probably one of the
every
worst
day,
songs of
day
the year.
every. Oh no, not every day, please. I'm actually more interested to see what they're gonna come out with, especially with like how big Love Scenario was and everything. And this song is just great too. So it's just weird to see how like the YG success train is just like jumping from artist to artist. It was like, oh, it was Blackpink, oh, it was Winner, oh, now it's iKON. Like, who's it gonna be next year? Maybe.
Yeah. All right. So next from that we have IU with the title track BB, and I really like this. IU doing hip hop R&B style is not something I expected, but
Same.
honestly, I'm here for it. I like it a lot.
Weird flex, but okay.
Yeah, basically, basically fitting for this song.
She's definitely been hanging around like Zico way too much because you could definitely tell that her collaborating with Zico on Soulmate left an impression or sort of an influence on this song, and I enjoy it a lot. I know a lot of people are just like, oh, it's weird or just like it's so different for IU, but I really enjoy it. And again, just it speaks to the versatility of IU and what she's able to do in terms of style and in terms of genre. Like again, like she's doing stuff like her remake albums. She's doing more of the acoustic stuff. She does like more pop stuff like this and just like hip hop. DDD, BBB versus ZZC. Yep. Dragon Ball Z, basically.
And BDZ, don't forget that one.
BDZ, yeah. BDZ, the most important one. It's just so it's really cool to see her just sort of branch out in these different directions and like God, are you doing choreography? That's never been something I expected that she'd do, and I'm actually interested. I'd love to see an entire like album or like an album where she's focused on this style or just like more of an R&B style than she's used to. So yeah, I'm really excited to see what IU is going to deliver next year because she's probably not going to release anything this year. I think this was just a special like anniversary single that she put out. And it still landed, for some reason, her on the Mama Best like female artist list, even though she released one goddamn song 1 week before the nominations went up. Like they were probably like, yeah, let's just pencil IU in just because we know we're probably gonna end up having to anyway.
Yeah, on the choreography thing, IU used to always have choreography. It was just like after like around Palette, in between Palette and now that she hasn't done as much.
Yeah, when she started.
So I'm glad to see her pick it back up.
Yeah, because she started to get way more conceptual, so it's not necessarily something that lends itself to choreography. So it's still cool.
Yep. All right. Next we have JBJ 95, which is it's two members of JBJ, right?
Yep. Kim Sung-kyun and Kenta.
Okay. Anyways, they have their title track "Home" off the album of the same title. Which Andrew want to talk about?
So, yep, these are Brutus boys. So I've been following them since Brutus 101. And again, we've talked about how we, to some degree, we ended up liking JBJ's music more than 101's. It's just kind of funny. So yeah, even though it sucks that they couldn't get the contracts figured out to have JBJ do another year just to be permanent even. So this is the next best thing, honestly. Yeah, the JBJ will live on through JBJ 95. I'd say I enjoyed it for the most part. The only thing I'd have to say is Kenta probably has to work on his vocals a bit. It's a bit raw. I mean, obviously, Sungyeon's going to be the rapper. Obviously, that's his forte ever since before he joined Brutus 101. But yeah, again, you definitely see the growth that they made since the show, and I know like Cooper's just like, this is like the one thread that he's holding on to is like it's all he has left of JBJ and Kim Dong-han as well. We'll get to it later, but it's cool to see how good that they're doing post JBJ. So I hope they continue.
Yep. All right, next we have Jungin from A-Pink, with their title track "Being There" off the album Hewa. And I don't know, I liked it, but I have the same problem with this song as I do other Eunji songs, is that they end up like all her music kind of blends together and doesn't
Yeah, I
really
guess.
stand out against each other. Like, she's easily one of my favorite vocalists in like all of K-pop, but
Oh,
it's like
definitely.
her solo music just doesn't stand out because I feel like it's too samey, I guess.
The thing is, though, this kind of music's like super popular in Korea. That's why
Yeah.
when you see like end of the year lists with like sales, it's always something like Yoon Jung Shin or just like a lot of ballad artists because the Korea
Yep.
just loves their ballads. So that's why it's she's definitely like catering to that market. It's not really something that's meant for K-pop fans necessarily.
Yep.
That being said, the one thing I do enjoy about Eunji's solo music is that she always ends up having a story in the music video,
Yeah.
and the story of this is really nice. Eunji's like this like worker in like this big city. I'm guessing Seoul, obviously. And like she just ends up skipping work to go back home, like to her mom in the country and everything. It's just like a really nice like. It's the most wholesome. It's one of the most wholesome music videos I've seen all year. So I really enjoyed this. And then the little like touches that they have. Like there's a part where like raindrop starts falling. I think she's like eating like watermelon or something like that, or just like sitting there, and the music drops out, and it's just Eunji's voice like carrying it with like the raindrops as like the ambient noise. So the way they approached and developed the music video and how they tied it to the song was really cool. So yeah, again,
Yep.
I'd probably be more into it if she did more than just ballads, but for what it is, I do appreciate it.
Yeah. All right, next, another like really high profile collaboration. We have John Legend x Wendy from Red Velvet, with a track "Written in the Stars," which was a Station Zero project. And I really like this. I thought this turned out well. A lot of people had the complaint that John's voice might have been a little too contrasty from Wendy's, but honestly, I didn't have a
No,
problem with it. I
I
thought
did
it
not have that
worked
problem at
perfectly.
all. Yeah, I thought they're perfect together. Like this, their style of singing is
Yeah.
just made for each other. Essentially, just like I don't know. Like I kind of had hearing the name John Legend doing something with any K-pop star, let alone Wendy, who we laud so much for her singing ability, and like we want to hear more of her ballads and that sort of thing. Man, I it blew away my expectations. Honestly, you know how hard it is to please me. So,
Yeah.
and John Legend's like his duets are the stuff of legends. So he's like Grammy nominated and everything. Like she's gonna be up there with all those other people that have done John Legend duets. So. Yeah, I'm so happy for Wendy, and I couldn't think of anyone better in K-pop than Wendy to do a collaboration with John Legend, honestly. And she
Yeah.
brought so much to this. Like one fear was like, oh, maybe she gets overpowered, like in terms of like star power. It's like, oh, you can't really notice Wendy just because you're hearing John Legend, that sort of thing. She carried herself so well in this song, honestly.
Yep. Another thing, like I was talking about the mixing earlier with the Solar and Cosmic Girl song, like how the vocals are very forward. I like the same thing about this song, is like it's very, very centered on the vocals, which is something I always like to see.
Mhm.
Um,
Maybe
anyways,
the only
oh,
creepy thing is kind of like they in the story of the music video is like, oh, they're in love, and I'm just like,
yeah.
John Legend, you're almost 40, dude. And Wendy's like younger than I am. So I'm just like, I mean, granted, that's a normal thing in
Yeah.
Korea, so who cares, I guess. But I'm just like, oh, do they really have to do this? Still a great song.
Yeah. All right. Anyways, from here we have June from Planetarium Records, with the track "Autumn Leaves," which features Chiji, as Nate likes to
Jeju.
call her. Yeah.
God. Man, just everyone from Planetarium Records has just been on fire. It's incredible just to see the amount or the production that they've been putting out. And yeah, this is no exception. June, I love his song Serenade. We covered back in the day. Again, great follow up, great feature by Chiju. Definitely, like she definitely fits this song. One thing I started noticing about June's voice is that he definitely reminds me a lot of Dean. like the very similar singing style and everything. So just really solid R&B track. So if you guys are into any of that, definitely you need to check out June. I know like PLT, like the main, like the group is the most popular one and not as much like the solo singles, but man, you have to check out their solo releases in between the PLT releases, honestly, because all of them are worth checking out. Especially like June probably might be my favorite member of Planetarium Records, honestly. His voice is just amazing.
Definitely. All right, so next after that we have Kevin Wu, who used to be in UKISS, with his Japanese debut single "Ride Along," and the song's really good, but the PV is 45 seconds long.
5. It's not even like usually we get mad
when
a minute. It usually like PVs are just like a minute and a half. Oh man. This is so dumb, and it sucks because the song is catchy too, right? Like I'm not the only one that thinks that, right? Definitely, like, yeah. What a waste, honestly. And knowing how hard it is to find Japanese music, so much. Knowing how hard it is to find, like, we're probably never gonna hear this full song ever unless we like unless we like buy the track on like Japanese iTunes or something like that. It's like what?
I don't get the region locking. I really don't.
It's stupid. And I mean, hey, granted, like I found out this recently, like. NGT48, they put their music on Spotify, but they're as far as I know, they're the only 48 group that puts their music on Spotify. Because again, they're across different like record labels technically, so it's just like all dependent. But yeah, most of their stuff, most of it's just not there. So it's so frustrating.
Yep. So next we have Kim Dong-han from JBJ, right? He was in JBJ.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Good Night Kiss, which Andrew had some stuff to say about it.
I liked Kim Dong-han's debut. I think we covered it like a month or two ago.
Yep.
What I would have to say about this is, chorus I loved for the most part, but the one thing I would have to say is he kind of has like a higher pitched voice, and him trying to do like a triplet rap style just comes off really weird.
Yeah.
So that's my only complaint. This is one of the actual unique cases where I'd suggest maybe a featured rapper would probably do better to do like the triplet rap parts. It'd play off, it provide a better contrast than because it's like his voice like da 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 da. I'm just like, oh, that doesn't sound like gangster or whatever, like hard, like it doesn't give off the same effect, unfortunately. So I mean, that's nothing of his fault, honestly. His singing's more than adequate, and and the choreography and the concept of the music video was great too. So yeah, it's just that one sort of thing. Definitely get him to someone to collaborate with if you want to do the rap style. Yeah, that'd be the only thing. But yeah, again, just the JBJ members of JBJ are just doing awesome right now.
Yeah. All right, next we have Kim Jae-jung from JYJ, who were in TVXQ, but that's a whole story. Anyways, his new album in Japan, actually single album, Defiance, the title track of which is fantastic. Like it's straight up just like J-rock, and it's really awesome. I hope Jae-jung keeps doing rock songs.
You know what this is, right?
What?
This is the opening song for the Zoids anime. Not even joking. It's an anime OP.
What is Zoids?
You've never heard of like Zoids is like I don't know, just like it kind of came over
okay.
here.
I've seen those. Yeah,
it came over here in the US for a bit, but it's like a Japanese, like almost like a Transformers type thing, except with just like it's kind of like Power Rangers in a way, or except they're just like riding,
it's like animals and stuff.
Yeah.
Didn't they show that on like Toonami or something?
Yeah, they showed that like back in the day. Nate was telling me, like, Nate was freaking out that it was for Zoids just because he was like, oh, I grew up watching Zoids with my dad and everything. I was like, wow, that's crazy to see, like Jae Young.
Yeah, I recognize the white tiger one.
Oh my god, it was on Toonami. That's crazy. Like how did they randomly just like, okay, like you're gonna do like the OP for this song or like this anime, and it's hype as hell. The actual music video itself was just insane. It's just like Kim Jae-jung's like, okay, let me make myself look like a badass as for like the next, I don't know, 2 minutes, 2 and 44 seconds. Like I do not understand the story of this music video whatsoever. It's like it starts off with a car crash, and then they're like in ancient times fighting ninjas or something, and then they're in like a like a restaurant, like doing like karate or like or just like all doing all these like karate moves, like kung fu moves. It's like a freaking like Bruce Lee. Like there's like it makes no sense whatsoever. It's just amazing to see all these like action shots or whatever. So I don't know. It's just so cool to see all this stuff come together. I don't know, but I might have to check out Zoids now if I want, or just
the
check
new
out
anime.
I don't know. I've never watched Zoids or whatever, but it's just really random to see. That's another topic we have to do. Just proper or just we covered anime and J-pop or whatever, but we need to do a proper like anime songs that are or K-pop artists that did anime songs. This is way too many to cover or just gloss over at this point.
Yeah, the speaking of Jake Jung doing anime openings, I found out recently that when he was with TVXQ, they did one of the One Piece openings.
What?
Yeah, and I think it was a cover of the like first opening. So they actually did like the opening one, but like
Oh
new
my
version
God.
or whatever.
Yeah.
I think that's what they did. Anyways, from here we can go into the next song, which is Kim Park-chella with the title track "Pick One Up," and oh my god,
I put this on here. I put this on here for you specifically because
Yeah,
I knew
no.
you'd like it.
Yeah, like my dad's a really big fan of the Black Keys, so like from an extension of that, I also am pretty big fan of them, and like Andrew put in his notes like Korean Black Keys, and I was like literally that.
You clicked on it immediately.
Yeah, I was like, they are like heavily inspired by Black Keys, I can tell, and they turned out really well. I like their style. It's like decently like lo-fi in the way that it's low fidelity, sounds kind of old, but it's part of their aesthetic.
Yep.
And sort of like the distorted guitars and like stuff like that. It's really awesome.
The guitar sound is really raw. Same thing with the vocals and everything. You should show your dad this, honestly. You should send this to your dad.
I might send him a link if you like his literally like Korean Black Keys.
Because you showed your dad some K-pop before, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that's all you said. Basically, all I wanted to say. Just really enjoyable song, and it's another one that I ended up finding in like the underground or like the non K-pop releases list. So yeah,
Yep.
I'll definitely keep an eye out for them.
All right. Next we have Chris Wu. He's got a new full-length album which is called Antares or Antares.
Antares, which is
or something like that.
Or something.
Yeah. Anyways, the title track is called Freedom, and it features Jhené Aiko. So again, another high-profile like collaboration.
Oh my! And no, he just did something with Gucci Mane like the other day. We'll cover that.
I mean, Chris is kind of high-profile nowadays. Anyways,
he does stuff with Travis Scott. He does Jhené Aiko. I was just waiting for Jhené Aiko to do, because Jhené Aiko is like half black, half Japanese, like have a bunch of like stuff basically. So
yeah.
I was just waiting for her to like do something with like a K-pop or a Korean or Japanese artist or Chinese artist in this case. So I was waiting for that. And I love Jhené Aiko just like as like a singer. Like she has an amazing voice. That being said, she's probably the only redeeming part of this collaboration, to be completely honest.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm just oh, that was Jackson. Oh shit. Whoops. Sorry. Yeah.
They're blurring together.
Yeah, Gucci Mane. Yeah, it's Chinese. Like, but yeah, Chris Wu did something. Yeah, but Chris Wu did something with like Joji and like all like the 88 Rising people and like we mentioned before, Travis Scott or whatever. Like there's a lot of people that he's done collaborations with. So yeah, because for the most part he's promoting his music here in America as opposed to like I don't even know if he promotes in China, to be completely honest. He's basically an American artist at this point.
I mean he gets enough exposure nowadays that doesn't really need to promote in China, because I think he gets enough success here.
Yeah, definitely, and they're China. I'm sure they're definitely listening to hip hop from over here, so it's definitely on their radar.
Yeah,
but yeah, I just say he kind of needs to dial it back on the auto tune, because again, it's kind of like I said with will.i.am. It's just kind of it doesn't really fit with this type of song. I guess granted, I know what he's going for. He's trying to go for like the sad boy aesthetic with auto tune, but I don't know. It feels super unnecessary with this. And I mean, there are parts where he doesn't use it, and it's fine. It's just, it feels like he insists on using it as his like main method of singing. But at this point, it's kind of getting stale.
Yep. All right. Next, speaking of Chinese dudes from EXO, we have Lay with his pre-release single, "Give Me a Chance." I didn't really have much to say on the song, but I thought the music video was really cool.
Yeah, just the fact that Lay's debuting in the U.S. is awesome. Like, they sell this album at Walmart.
Crazy.
Like, not even joking. It has a Walmart, like, actual Walmart listing. So I don't know if they're gonna put it in Target. I guess we'll just ask Cooper or whatever. But he actually recently had an event in New York yesterday, as like a fan meet or like debut sort of thing to promote it. I didn't end up going, obviously, just because it was election day and I couldn't get the tickets. Or it was free, but you had to like submit like a form, and they'd randomly like email you or whatever. But yeah, I probably enjoy this a lot more than the actual single or the actual title track of the album, Nama Nama. I don't know. Jakari's like, I'm on my way to Walmart right now.
Shout out to Unpretty K-pop podcast.
Yeah, shout out to Walmart. Cooper will get mad at us for saying that. Anyway, so yeah, it's just weird. Of all the it's weird how Lay debuted in the U.S. before EXO had a proper debut in the U.S. That's just so weird. Like, you'd think by now, like, you'd get.
I'm surprised EXO didn't make any push in the U.S. Honestly.
And no, and right now it's like it's too late because they're gonna start. They're gonna start going into the military. So I'm just like, fuck. What are you supposed to do now? And granted, like, they could, since it's staggering, they could make a push, but it feels like a wasted opportunity, definitely. And I mean, I think
SM's putting most of their eggs in NCT's basket.
NCT is basically going to take up that mantle of just getting pushed in the U.S. Definitely. They performed with freaking Mickey Mouse. Mickey Mouse did the goddamn choreo to Regular. Oh my god. How crazy is that?
Walking
honestly,
with the cheese, that's the queso.
Yeah, like, honestly, how crazy has this past year been? Just for, like, we thought last year was amazing for just U.S. exposure. Like, this year's just been off the like charts with BTS, City Field, NCT on like doing all this stuff in the U.S. Red Velvet getting a U.S. tour.
I mean, they're making a real legitimate push now.
Definitely. Everyone wants a part. Everyone wants a piece of that pie.
Well, I think we'll start to see the fruits of all that in like 2020 or 2019.
Oh, definitely. So. 2019, if you're basically in 2019, if you're a major label and you're not making a push in the US, you're doing it wrong, essentially. Like, you're really doing it wrong.
Well, like, people in the US are starting to notice. So
yeah, definitely. They're starting to recognize it as more than just BTS. Like NCT, Monsta X, GOT7, 17, Red Velvet. Like, we're definitely Momoland. We're gonna get there. I think.
Yeah. Up next, we have the all right. So up next we have
League of Legends.
Okay. Yes, League of Legends, which is Bobby of iKON, Mako, and the Glitch Mob. Which the title track was the Rise, which was the Rise remix, which was featuring The World Alive.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know. It's just like, it was the World song initially, and then they did a remix with Bobby. That's all you need to know, basically, if you're following along at home.
Nice. Yeah, I put a comment for a different song, which we'll talk about next week in my notes. All I saw was League of Legends. I was like, yes.
I'm just happy Bobby's there.
Yeah, I mean, even so, this song I thought turned out pretty well. So
Mako, his voice is annoying though. It's super whiny. Live in the recorded version, it's not as whiny, but it's still pretty cool though. They were part of the opening thing, but we'll get to the more important one. We'll get there.
Yep.
We'll get there. For anyone that ended up joining our stream kind of late, I'd just like to mention again, in the description of the video, or our video or live stream, is a link to the full playlist of all of the music videos that we're talking about if you want to follow along. And obviously, if you're watching this on YouTube, the archive afterwards, you make sure to click that link to follow along with all the songs as we go through them.
Yep. All right. Next up, we have Lehigh back from the dungeon with a cover of the Queen song. Literally a cover of the Queen song.
That's
Bohemian Rhapsody.
That's like a meme or something. It's like, Lehigh, we have new music for you. Oh boy, it's a cover of Queen. Oh no.
That being said, while I'm disappointed it wasn't a real song, it's excellent song to cover, and she did a really good job, I think. So, yeah.
The only thing that pisses me off is like the song is so cut up. Like there's no
Yeah.
yeah, there's like no I
Well, the real
see a
song is
little
like 6 minutes
silhouette
long,
of a
isn't it?
man. Scaramouche, could you do the imagine Lehigh doing that whole thing by herself. They're just layering the vocals by her.
Yeah.
How incredible would that be, honestly? And
Honestly, I kind of wish they did do it, but
I
I
guess
think
they
it's
would.
probably cut up for because they're probably just gonna play it during the movie credits. So
Unfortunately, but I don't think
Yeah.
it's a part of the actual OST. It's just a promotional song, so we're never gonna hear like a full version of this. I think, honestly, which is
Yeah.
really sad.
all right, next we have "Hello" by a new artist called May Wish off their album, digital single of the same title. Cover of the Shiny song.
No, it's not. Okay, so they're a new girl group under J9 Entertainment. I've never heard. According to an AKP forum post, apparently they're all music majors or something like that. I have no idea what I was trying to interpret. That's what I interpreted the comment as. That being said, normally I don't like this style of sound, but for a new girl group, they did well. They did very well. It's very like Lovely's, A Pink-esque, with like kind of like the chiptunesy electronic style. That being said, they probably should have gotten a music video. That would definitely
Yeah.
help to give them more
If
exposure.
this is their debut, definitely.
Yeah, I don't know why. Maybe they couldn't afford it, but yeah, you got to give them a music video because they're just not gonna get the exposure with the song.
I mean, if Very Good has the audacity to put out the MV for Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo that was edited in iMovie, so can you.
Yep.
Anyways, next up we have I believe a new artist named Moon, and she had the title track "Million," which features Doki.
Yep. Moon is under God. It's
Got to
like
do a collaboration with an artist named Runes.
So she's under Million Market Entertainment, which is a new or recently it was bought. It became a subsidiary
Acquired.
of it was acquired by SM. Million Market Entertainment. If you're a Produce 48 watcher, Million Market Entertainment was the label that Son Eun-chae was on. Son Eun-chae was made it into like top. Like she was in like she got eliminated like just before the final, I think. But yeah. I literally never heard of them before that, and now I know another artist under Million Market Entertainment that I really enjoy, and I'm just like in my nose, I'm just like Casper, you've got some competition when it comes to like trap, female trap singers. So and
Yep.
she does really well with this style, and it's pretty much almost in English too. So I'm getting maybe she's American. Like the pronunciation's like really.
I'm thinking
Really
she's
good.
definitely Korean American.
Yeah, she's definitely some type of Korean American. I mean, really, it seems like only Korean Americans are interested in this. Among like the female like solo, the Korean Americans are people that grew up in the West are the only ones interested in like the trap singing style. So
Yeah.
that'd be interesting. Yeah, I definitely need. She had like same thing like we were lauding about Casper. Her transition from rapping to singing was incredibly fluid, and it's definitely a strength of hers. So I could see her doing it well in the future. And normally with Doki, I'm usually hit or miss on him. It's usually like I hate it.
Yeah.
Or
Only
I
on
love it.
PlayStation.
Only on PlayStation. I'm just like, oh god. But yeah, this is one of his best verses, honestly, that I've ever heard from him. It fits the mood and the hype of the song so well. So yeah, definitely Moon has won me over, and I'm definitely going to keep an eye out for her. There's a lot of good like solo female artists that are debuting. Like
Yeah.
her the one that was under YG but ended up leaving
Katie.
I forget. Yeah, Katie. Like there's a lot of really good stuff coming out, honestly, but from solo female artists. So yeah.
Yep. All right. So coming up next, we have Encia with her new title track "I'm Fine" off her digital single of the same title.
Yeah, this is her first release, I believe, after the unit and Unity. So yeah, it's more of a return to like more ballad type music,
Yeah.
which I think is her kind of her forte, as opposed to like the pop of Unity, which was
Honestly, I wish she would do like sort of a pop track with really powerful vocals, because I think she
Yeah.
would pull it off really
yeah,
well.
definitely.
Because like her vocals in No More like make something similar to that, and honestly, I feel like you'd be decently successful at
Yeah,
that.
and I mean, she definitely wants to retain the fan base that what fan base she gained of those that
Yeah.
actually end up watching the unit. Unfortunately, they kind of sucked at or their ratings were kind of bad. But of the fans that she definitely, of the fans that were probably exposed to her, she definitely wants to retain that. So I could see her doing a more pop focused, like K-pop focused track. That being said, her voice, again, her voice on this is amazing. I don't know why the music video is just her sorting through cereal, but I'll take it because the vocals are just really good. So
Yeah.
more people need to learn about Encia.
Yep. Next, we have NMB48, again, because Andrew Lowe's is addicted to 48 group.
I'm
with
leaving
the,
you guys for 48 talk. That's the big
Yes.
announcement live stream. No,
with the title track True Purpose, which is off their album, which is titled Bokudate Nai Shao Yo.
hey, you got it. It's one of the coupling songs.
Yes.
Which is like their B-sides. The members that were on Produce 48 that are on True Purpose were Shiro Miru and Kato Yuka. I think it's just funny that, because remember how like everyone just like, oh my god, everyone has a crush on Shiro Miru. Everyone thinks she's like the girl crush, like member, but she gets the most, like she gets the silliest songs in NMB48. Like remember she was the center of Warata people with like the weird like that dance sort of thing. So it's really funny how she's like the eye candy or girl crush of NMB48, but she always gets the silly songs. But it still works. Like the dance for this is just ridiculous, and you can't like you. It's probably like more memorable than even like maybe like No Way Man in terms of like the craziness of the choreography. So that's why, and NMB is probably my favorite in terms of that. Just like their choreography is always on point, and it's just they're not afraid to do funny ass songs, even though most of the other groups tend to like stray away from that.
Yeah. So next up we have New SW with I Don't Care with Spoons.
Spoons, I think, like honestly, I looked
Why
at
not
Spoons.
with forks?
I don't know. Yes, Jokari, you're going to learn a lot about the 48 groups because of me. Granted, you should probably if you want to learn more about 48 groups, you should probably watch 48 Talk. They're way more in depth about it. So yeah, anyway, with New SW, so Spoons is, I believe, like it's like an in-house brand for NCSoft, the company that makes like Maple Story and like Terra. Did they make Terra? Or
wait, is NCSoft different from Nexon?
Oh no. Oh, and never mind. NCSoft. God, what did NCSoft? I have heard of NCSoft before, but yeah, it's a game company.
I'll look it up for you.
Yeah,
I know that I've heard of them definitely.
They definitely do a lot of stuff. But yeah, I don't know why. It's just like I think it's just like a CF essentially. Just that's why it's with Spoons. So they're just like making note of the people or like the company that maybe they provide the clothing or like the decoration or whatever. That being said,
okay. So NCSoft, they did Lineage, City of Heroes, Wildstar, Guild Wars, Ion, Blade and Soul,
my God.
Master X Master.
What?
So
I don't know.
That's the ones weird. I know out of that are Lineage,
Guild
Ion, Guild Wars, and Blade of Soul. So
yeah. As for the actual song, it's just weird because the past two like singles for New SW have just been super serious, like these house songs. So we're hearing them do like this, like very happy-go-lucky, like happy song is just kind of unique, but it still works. I just think it's really funny to see because like remember how like everyone they'd play the scary music whenever Dongho, also known as Baekho from
he's just so intense in the show.
Yeah, and him doing just this like really like happy music is just so funny because they were playing him up as like a serious, like he's just like a guy, he's just like the scary like crush member of all the guy groups or whatever.
Yeah.
And he has like one of the sweetest voices in this song.
All right, so coming up next, we have Pak Kyung, which this song I was like, literally like my comment on this was just O_O, like, oh my god.
What the fuck? Literally,
like her vocals in this were crazy.
Yeah, it's another one that I had to go look for. Again, I'm surprised we don't see more of this just because we definitely give a lot of props to like Korean vocalists for like the sort of raspiness or maybe like the type of vocals that would work well with jazz, but this type of like really like somber and kind of like sexy kind of vocal, just wow, it's great. And like she's basically, it's a kind of like blues, like traditional style, like crooning, and then when you hit like the chorus and everything, it's just like this like really like almost like trap like EDM style of thing. It's just like the blend of that was incredible. That makes it, yeah, like the visuals of it are just also easily memorable. Like I don't get it. Like a lot of it's just like a lot of like modern dance type of things, and like there's parts where like there's like fingers peeking through like the curtain, or it was like, oh, it's kind of creepy, but it definitely works. It definitely works. I haven't heard of Park Ki-young before, but I mean, she's definitely notable for her vocals.
Definitely, this is definitely one of the songs that stood out the most to me this month. Like,
yeah, it came out of nowhere, really.
God. I'd love to see more from her. I hope. I'll have to check out the rest of that album. Actually, I guess it's
it's like a full album. Oh shit, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, album's called Replay. So
okay,
I'm definitely gonna check that out.
The album is a cover of the song Replay.
Of the SHINee song.
Yep.
Anyways, next up we have Pierce with the title track Galaxy. Cover of the Bolpagansa song.
Yep, no, it's not.
And hashtag children is all I have to say.
Yeah, seriously, how did this group of like actual like children get a girl crush concept before Twice did? That being said, like again, it's weird at first, but I'd say they're actually pretty good at like the choreography or dance part of it. So yeah, they definitely have, that's probably their specialty, and they're just trying to like develop as like singers and idols. And
I swear one of them is literally 3 foot nothing. Like,
yeah,
not even
I'm just
kidding.
like, oh my god. She probably makes Nako look like a giant.
Yeah, for real. Like literally like a 9-year-old girl.
Oh my god. But yeah, they definitely, I'll probably check them out when their voices are not super obnoxious and annoying. I'm just like, oh my god. It's so like they're literal children. They're literal children doing this. And I don't think we've ever, like, we joke about like children being in K-pop, but these are literal children. I don't think we've ever covered like a kid group before. So it's just really interesting to see them do all this.
Yeah.
Like girl crush, straight up girl crush concepts.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's cute. It's interesting. Yeah. So I guess we'll see what they do in the future if they stick around. All right. So next we have Pink Fantasy with the song Iriwa, which means come here. And my notes for this was just like, what the fuck?
It's the like, weirdest All right, so
like,
to break,
literally, like, yeah, Andrew, you just explain it.
All right, so
I don't understand.
This concept is Iriwa, or Pink Fantasy, is a group under My Adult Entertainment. Their concept is inspired by Alice in Wonderland. So one member named Daewon, it's from what it seems like, will never show her face and will always perform with a bunny mask on. Like, straight up, like a rabbit mask on. And she never sings, but she does the choreography. Like, that's the entire concept of the group. It's basically like the one member is just permanently in King of Masked Singer.
Yeah, literally perpetually in King of Masked Singer every day.
How high were they when they're like, you know what we should do? King of Masked Singer is really popular. We should have like a member of like our debut girl group just do that. Like, they never sing. They'll just do the choreography and everything. And they apparently, like, there's parts where it's supposed to be like, oh, the rabbit of like from Alice in Wonderland. So like there's parts where she'll randomly,
it's a rabbit from Pink Fantasy.
Yeah, she'll randomly like go away and then like randomly like pop up again or something. Like, I don't know, it's like some crazy shit. But that makes it, I did enjoy the song. I did really enjoy the song despite like the weirdness of it. It's so like Mickey Mouse and NCT 127. Holy shit, Jokari.
Yeah. I didn't like the bunny hats, but overall, I think the song ended up being pretty good. My question though is, when they do a different concept, are they going to change from being a bunny to like a different like helmet or something? Like they do a cover of Lionheart and they wear a lion head instead of a bunny head. Or...
No, but the thing is though, do they ever have any intention of changing their concept if they're that deep, if they're that deep into the Oh my god, there was a live stage. Oh, I didn't even see that. Okay, I need to check that out. I need to check that. That's crazy. Like they're trying to like hide. They're trying to hide like Daewon and like try to like shuffle her in, like get her into the sound stage and get her out without like revealing her face. Like, That's crazy. Like I doubt it's anyone like there's probably nobody famous under there. Honestly, they're just trying to make a really unique concept, and I mean it's working because we're talking about it. So
Yeah. All right. Anyways, so next we have RM for BTS off of his mixtape Mono, which is pretty good actually.
yeah,
And
I
the title
get it.
track was Forever Rain. And what I'm gonna say about the music is just check out the album. It's really great. But the music video is what stands out for this. Like
Such a beautiful music video.
really cool, like almost like hand drawn looking animation, black and white is really cool.
Yeah, it's like yeah, it's basically just like an animated music video, but it's literally just like it's like the bare minimum of the it's just like straight up like a sketch, and it's the way that they sort of animate it is so beautiful. What I really took away from this is Rapmon definitely he definitely like looks up to like Epic High and Tableau.
Yeah,
and like
he started rapping because of them. So.
Yeah, there's a serious like Epic High and Tableau influence on this song, especially like with the piano driven, like really like low key like rap song. It's kind of like what like Tableau did on his solo release. Like Home, something like that.
Yep.
It's really cool to see him like just sort of like bring that influence into the forefront, and hopefully expose all these like new BTS fans to this style, and hopefully eventually Epic High. But man, his work ethic is just insane. Like, how did he have the time to work on a solo mixtape while they've just been nonstop touring for the past God knows however many months? So it's crazy that they have the time to work on all of this on top of like their nonstop promotions. They've literally never stopped promoting all year, basically. So I don't know where he finds the time or the will to do all of this, but definitely we didn't have a chance to review the mixtape, but I enjoyed every almost every song from what I listened to.
Yep. So coming up next, we have Rocket Girls with album titled Chinese Character That I Can't Read, with the title track Born to Win.
So it's actually not a title track. Rocket Girls has actually only released like one mini album, and they just keep making a music video for every track. I'm just like, what are you gonna do? I mean, granted, I don't mind it because it's something that we complain about. K-pop artists never doing. MVs. Like, yeah, they just it's one MV per release.
Yeah.
That being said, I enjoy it. That being said, they're definitely taking after like Twice and Red Velvet. Like just hearing this song, you could definitely hear the Twice influence. Just definitely it kind of sounds like a Black Eyed Peas song type of thing.
Yeah.
It's definitely the most K-pop influence that they've done in terms of like the
yeah
songs
so far definitely.
Yeah, so it was definitely enjoyable. They weren't all complete, unfortunately. Because I believe Shinny from Wuju Sonyo, she was filming. I don't know if she was either filming a movie or she was filming like a variety show or a drama or something. So yeah, I really Rob's like, don't just say the blunt truth, and I've been sort of meh on most of their songs, but this I actually enjoyed. Maybe it's probably just because it's more along the lines of what we are used to as K-pop fans primarily.
Yeah, more close to what we expect.
Yeah, so it's definitely something that's more to our liking, and they'll probably try to do that more because they definitely want to capture that K-pop loving Chinese market as well as the K-pop market. They definitely want to sort of permeate there, and that's honestly if we're losing the two Chinese members of Wuju Sonyo for the foreseeable future, at least I'd rather have them do more K-pop style songs, honestly. As opposed to just like not doing anything. I enjoy.
Up next, we have Rocket Girls again with I assume the song is called Bala Bala Hong.
Apparently,
because I can't read the title track. It's Chinese, but they say it over and over in this song.
I put it into
it's for the Venom OST.
I put it into translate, and apparently it's like Venom is Coming or something like that, or like the actual title of the song. I don't know if like Bala Bala Hong is actually like what that means, but
all I know is they keep saying that weird word over and over. So, and they write it in English on the screen.
Yeah,
in the music video.
Well, hey, it's an American movie. I'm pretty sure. So the reason why they ended up, or why there's a Chinese artist doing a a song on the Venom OST, or Venom like soundtrack is I believe Tencent Pictures co-produced. Tencent Pictures co-produced Venom, so obviously they're gonna try to promote this heavy in China, and obviously they can't bring freaking Eminem's Venom, like that. They can't bring that song over into China, so it definitely makes sense to promote it with regular Rocket Girls. Is kind of popular over there, so it's just funny though. It's just funny to hear Rocket Girls do this like serious trap song when we just heard them do this like happy-go-lucky twice song after.
I don't know how I feel about the actual song, but I thought it was funny that
it's definitely there's an absurdity to freaking Rocket Girls being on the Venom OST of all the movies they're doing.
Yeah, being parallel, basically Chinese version of Eminem. Like what?
Imagine they just did a cover, like a straight up like cover of the actual Venom song.
Yeah, that'd have been really funny actually. Rocket Girls doing Eminem cover. All right. Anyways, next up we have Rose Finger with the title track Hibbity Pop.
Hibbity Pop.
I'm sorry, but this like
this song is garbage.
Really it's really annoying. Like what? Like it's not even like. It doesn't even have like bad mic quality or anything like that. It's just mixed really badly. Like everything is just annoying.
Yeah, if you hear
just mixed, it's just produced really badly.
Yeah, the instrumental's like do 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 do. It's like there's nothing underneath it. It's just like
like some kid with GarageBand. Just
no, not the GarageBand's too much. It's like one kid with like a toy piano, like messing around with, like the sound effects. Literally, that's what it sounds like. Oh my god! And like the actual singing is like hibbity pop, hibbity. That's literally all they're saying. I'm just like, oh god, I want to like gouge out my eardrums listening to this song. It's that bad.
Yeah.
And I mean, granted, it's probably not their fault. It's probably like the production team that's doing it. That's like, okay, you have to do this. Sexy Cells, you have to do this, and that's why there's like random, like the music video is so goddamn weird. Like there's like random, like there's like a construction worker drinking milk, and like the freaking like milk is like dripping off of his chin, and like this really like evocative and provocative stuff, and like there's like really like bad twerking in this. It's not even like it's like ooh that's nice. It's like really bad twerking.
Nope.
And there's like gratuitous like ass shots everywhere. I'm just like, oh god. It goes without saying. This is going on the Wolwari Award list. Like this is.
I want you people to understand this is the trash that we sort
this
through.
This is the trash we have to go through to bring you guys like we cut the list down, but like there's like hundreds of other songs here that might like and like there's garbage. So like I hope you enjoy it. Like we put ourselves through this. Yeah. Oh man.
All right. So next up we have.
Like don't like seriously like if you're listening if you're going through release lists at the same time as us, like don't watch it. I swear to God, save your ears, save your eyes. Don't watch this or listen to this song. We've warned you. Not
even once.
Not even once.
All right. Anyways, up next we have Sharpa Flow with the album title Doo 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 Pa Pa, which is also the title track. And I'm definitely gonna pay attention to them in the future. Like they have really, really good vocals, and the one that stood out to me the most was the rapper, the one who raps in the song. But she has like a really, really good voice.
Good singing voice, yeah. So if you're trying to figure out what their name means, it's supposed to it stands for sharps and flats. So like the sharps and flats on like the black keys on the keyboard.
I'm just gonna call them Sharpa Flow.
Sharpa Flow. So yeah, I'd say the group that I'd compare them to the most is probably like Mamamoo. Definitely, like you get that same sort of like jazzy vibe that Mamamoo has, incorporating the rap with Moonville as well. That being said, yeah, you can definitely tell that singing is their priority as opposed to like choreography. The choreography was very basic. That being said, yeah, I could definitely see a lot of room for improvement in that field, and that does not in no way does that take away from the quality of their singing and vocals, and I really love the vibe of the song that they're going for. So yeah, it's another group that we're definitely going to keep our eyes on. And if there's any trend that needs to catch on, it's the Mamamoo like really amazing vocals trend, or like the jazzy trend.
Yeah. Rob made the suggestion that their fandom name should be called Tone Deaf. I like it.
There's already an artist named Tone Deaf though.
Yeah, it's a sharper flow, and their fans are tone deafs.
No, their
All right.
fandom name should be the Black Keys.
Oh, that'd actually be interesting.
Imagine.
It's like, yeah, we're the Black Keys, and the Black Keys are like, what?
What? Lawsuit.
All right. Anyways, next up we have Sam Kim with his Sun and Moon Part 1 full-length album, so I assume he's going to come out with a sequel. Unless he's like Epic High, which just releases Pieces Part 1 and then waits like 8 years to release the sequel.
Or it's like
but whatever.
the Naked Gun, like 70 something and a half, or in a third or something. It's like 1, 2. Yeah, I mean, it's a joke, but
Yeah. Anyways, the title track is called Makeup, and it features Crush.
another solid feature from Crush. So for those that don't know, Sam Kim is a artist under Antenna. I believe he was on like K-pop Star or something yeah, he was on one of the K-pop Stars, I think, or like one of the music shows. So, American. So that's why he has an American name. Most of her original sound, or like the first song I heard from him, was more of like a rock, or like more like an Ed Sheeran type indie rock sound. This definitely trends more into the R&B sound, but I love how he incorporates his guitar playing still, and that's definitely one of his biggest strengths. His guitar playing is excellent, especially as a singer-songwriter. You don't really get too many of them or that are actually actively playing instruments while they're performing. Yeah, really good, really good. There's just the amount of soul that he has in his voice is just really refreshing. And I saw him live last year, I believe.
Antenna, right?
Yeah, the Antenna concert that was last year. So yeah, he's definitely my favorite artist under Antenna.
Yep. All right. So next we have Sani with a digital single called #Mental Health and Social Issues. The title track is called "Wanna Be Rapper," and honestly, the song is not very good at all, but it's a joke, so I'm not gonna take it seriously.
Well, it's not really a joke. It's more just like it's inspired by. It's like it's definitely something.
It feels like a joke to me. I don't know.
It's clear satire. It's clear satire in the way that they present the music video and the way that they that he writes his lyrics. So there's kind of a bit of a controversy over "Wanna Be Rapper." Well, one, as the screenshot implies, he very clearly said it was inspired by "This Is America," which is the popular song by Childish Gambino. So this is kind of like his own take on that, and sort of like commenting on the sort of political climate or the social climate of Korea, and doing it through the lens of playing really like basically like an asshole
right
like
yeah,
rapper,
rich guy basically.
Yeah, and he's just like, oh,
he's like, money I have.
It's like, look how much money I have, look at all the he's just like there's an actual line. He's like, I'm a feminist, I love them bitches, and I'm like, hey, obviously, I'm just like, obviously, like the way he's presenting himself, it should very clearly come off as a satire or just like a commentary, a meta commentary.
Yeah.
But some people on like our K-pop didn't realize it, and they kind of took it for face value. So there's a lot of controversy over the statements. And I mean, granted, it was only on there, really. I think so. Yeah, they're saying like, oh, it kind of seems like he's making fun of the Childish Gambino song, or just like he's making light, or just like sort of undermining the message of the song. I don't really see that, to be completely honest. I mean, I can understand.
Well, even if he was making fun of it, I don't think it's something to get upset about. Because again, it's just a joke at the end of the day. And what I meant earlier by it being a joke is like I thought they were actually getting upset about like what he was saying in the song. And I was like, but you can tell that he's not serious.
Yeah, it should maybe like you'd think like the element of sarcasm would come across easier, because it's not like you're reading a tweet or a text or whatever. It's coming through the song, and maybe just like the absurdity of the visuals should sort of give it away to that some degree. And honestly, I like the name of like the actual like single album that he released is literally called like, what is it? It's like Mental Health and Social Issues.
And social issues, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, judging like using our context clues, like it's definitely something more serious that it's a serious topic that he's trying to present through this meta, or almost sort of like play commentary sort of.
I think he's mostly just commenting on the like how materialistic Korea has become over the
Oh,
years since
definitely.
they've become so successful
Oh,
compared to how they
definitely.
were like even like 30 years ago.
Yeah, and they're just like and like the vehicle or like the sort of like embodiment of that is like a popular Korean rapper that just like has all the girls, all the money, that shows off all of this stuff in music videos and everything, and like how like using the children's choir to be like, oh, Korea is so tolerant and accepting and all that sort of stuff. It's definitely, again, that's like Gorillaz uses that sometimes, like when you're just sort of trying to sort of bring light to the I don't know, injustice or whatever, or just like to what's wrong, is like you use the children's choir to like, oh, it's like, oh, it definitely brings out the sort of like, it definitely has more of an effect on it. But I do have to say, like, I don't know, just there's a lot of K-pop, or one of the biggest complaints about K-pop is that a lot of the lyrics are vain, or just mostly the materialistic, or just like, oh, Twice is gonna do like their 100th love song about like such and such and such, and they want more like substance of the lyrics, which like AKB and like the rest of the 40 group, they get a lot of I was looking into it, I was looking into the subreddit, and when they highly value like the substance of the lyrics, which whereas we don't really look at them because we don't want that to sort of be the sort of vehicle by how we judge how good or bad a song is. It's kind of like an irrelevant thing to some degree.
I mean, I think the problem with a lot of things today is like people don't think critically. They just take things as face value and just get enraged about it. And like, why don't you spend more than 2 seconds looking at it?
Yeah, they're probably a bit too quick on the trigger. I mean, that's nothing new in K-pop, honestly, but it's kind of ironic that the one time that an artist like Sunny is sort of like bringing to light a serious, or he wants to make light of a serious topic, that they kind of end up just like they're shooting the messenger essentially when he's trying to actually do something like meaningful. So yeah, it's just an unfortunate thing. And I mean, he definitely tried to address it in the comments, where he's like, hey, it's up to your interpretation. And I mean, that's how I personally see it. Obviously, you can think differently, and if you think different, or if you don't see it that way, definitely let us know in the comments or in the chat. But yeah, I don't necessarily, with how much these guys look up to American artists, I don't think he's trying to like make fun or undermine the efforts that Childish Gambino was trying to do. And Sonny's not the first one. There's so many different or This Is America sort of became a like template for other artists, in other hip-hop artists in other countries, to sort of do their own versions like they did. There's like This Is India, this is like, I don't know, like they basically sort of like take the beat of it and rewrite the lyrics to sort of use the song to speak on the issues that they're dealing with in their own countries. And I think that's just what Sonny's doing here. So I don't think it should be treated any differently, honestly.
Well, it seems like most people are supportive of it anyways, because like, I didn't see too many negative comments. Most of the comments on the MV are like, guys, it's not what he means by that.
Or no, everyone just like, why are you copying This Is America? And everyone just like, yo, he literally says inspired by this is America at the end of it. So it's just a lot of people just like a bit too quick on the trigger.
Yeah. All right, so next we have Seisumi with the title track Be Lover. And oh my god, this is fantastic. I'm downloading this if I can find it on iTunes.
We actually covered them because they were performing at South by Southwest early in the year, so we covered their song Old Town. Yep, more good stuff, more good indie rock type of vibe.
I love their style.
Yeah, I really love their style. They're one of like the more, it's because we could kind of run through some rock bands in the list, but they're the only one that really like stands out for this this style they have, and obviously for having a female lead vocalist, which is awesome. And I had, for the screenshot, I had to use them. They blow up a Hachiroku, so I had to use that's a screenshot I have on the slideshow. So rest in peace. I don't know why'd they have to blow up the Hachiroku. We could have had I could have taken the Hachiroku. God damn it! Why'd you have to blow up the tofu car? Yeah, I want a tofu car. I legitimately, like, not even joking. Like, one day when yeah, no, if I really ever like win the lottery one day, I'm importing like an actual like initial D tofu car, like with like the actual like paint job and everything. Like, that is my dream. I want to own them, own it.
Who would I compare Seisumi to? I have no idea, honestly, because like nobody in Korean rock really does this kind of thing. But Hmm.
Maybe in American rock, I could maybe compare them to like some of like the, I don't know, it's like the late like surfer rock of like surf rock
Yeah.
that came out. Like,
Although I'd say it's definitely veers into indie territory as well.
yeah, definitely more
nowadays,
indie territory.
too,
So I can't really think of any particular indie like rock bands that I could compare them to, but it's definitely that.
check them out though; they're really good.
Yeah, they definitely deserve more exposure.
All right, next we have Shonu of Monster X Say So None X Prep. So many X's. All right. Anyways, they had the digital single "Don't Look Back," and all I said basically was it's smooth AF.
We covered Prep before they did a collaboration, or they had a song called "Cold Fire" that they collaborated with Dean. I think because one of their music video directors is Korean, so I think that's just how they're getting all the connections. So that's how Shonu ends up on here. And yo, he's singing in English, so really impressive. His vocals are great on this, and I really like Prep as a band. Like they got this like really like 80s slow jazzy type of vibe going for them. So yeah, I really enjoyed this song, and yeah, I hope they keep continuing to collaborate with more Korean artists because I want to keep covering their music. Honestly, I need to check out the mini or the full album that they're trying to promote. Yeah, because the reason these two have been their singles or whatever, the one with Dean and the one with Shonu. So yep, definitely check them out if you're a big fan.
Yep. All right. Next up, we got Simon Dominic with the title track "Simon Says," which features Pharaoh with an E at the end, Monch.
I'm just happy to see Simon D putting out more music. Honestly, again, he had that whole thing, where he resigned as the CEO so he could put out more music and be more of an artist. So yeah, this is pretty cool like throwback like boom bap rap song collaboration. Yep. Pharaoh Monch definitely takes his inspiration from like RZA and Wu-Tang Clan. Like you can hear that in his voice. Yeah. So obviously I'm a big fan of like old school hip hop. So I'm definitely gonna enjoy this.
Yep. All right. Next we have Sohee from Elris with her first comeback, which is "Hurry Up," which is a single, and it's featuring Bopal Gansa. So is Jiyoung even in the song? I think it's only.
Jiyoung is "How much do you love me?" That's literally her only line.
She does that? Oh, okay. I was wondering. I was like, what the heck? Anyways, yeah, this song turned out really good. I liked it a lot. Honestly, I don't even watch the music video. Whenever I listen to the song, I always watch live performances because for whatever reason, they don't really show much of the choreo in the music video, and I think that's one of the good parts of the song, in my opinion, especially Sohee too, because she's like in K-pop Star 6, like her big thing was that she was like all-rounded, like basically like perfect K-pop trainee. So yeah,
her well-roundedness definitely shows off in this. Again, like Spotlight was such a different sound to this. Granted, I would have liked her to return to that style, so just there's a bit of distance between what she does in Elris and what she does as a solo artist, but I don't mind this song necessarily. Or actually, no, it's not that I don't mind it. I enjoy it. I enjoy it for the style it is.
I almost wonder if it was a Bolpagan song that they gave them.
Maybe. But I don't know. How did that collaboration even come around in the first place?
If I know. I don't even know who. Well, they usually write their own songs, so I didn't check that out yet.
If they're collaborating with like other like non K-pop artists.
Yeah.
So yeah, that being said, I was shocked where literally 90% of this Bulbogansa feature is Jiyoung rapping. I'm just like, we barely even get Jiyoung rapping on actual like Bulbogansa songs, and she gets to do a feature. Oh my god, I was so happy. She's so that's one thing. She's so underrated. More people need to stand Jiyoung. It's not just Jiyoung. I swear. Talent. Stan Talent. She's such a good rapper. I love her so much. So that being said, yeah, I'd say it's probably a good idea to start because I'd say Jiyoung and Sohee probably have similar sort of like range in terms of voice. So it's probably hard.
Well, yeah, that's why I couldn't even tell if Jiyoung even sang.
It'd be hard
her voice
to
is very similar to Sohee's.
Yeah, it'd be hard to differentiate that feature if they were like. If they gave her a verse or whatever. So that makes it, it's an interesting collaboration, and I hope it comes up more. And obviously, Sohee's, again, she's a great dancer, choreography's great, even though it's like a sort of like bubbly type track. Obviously, we know how much Rob loves Sohee, so more Sohee definitely. Yeah, Sohee's easily my bias in Elris. So, stand talent.
All right, next we have Soya with the song "Artist," which is off her new mini album, of the same name. And my notes for it were basically, "I am an artist."
I am an artist. We covered Soya before. We had her song. She had a song called Oasis, and the whole concept of her music videos is, I believe, it's inspired by different like colors or like themes. So Oasis was very blue. Artist is very like orange sort of thing. I really love the color. I love the color palette that she uses in her videos.
Yeah, the music video is awesome.
Oh, and she's probably like her claim to fame is she's the niece of Kim Jong-kook from Running Man. So that being said, I enjoyed her voice back with Oasis. I enjoy her voice here, like really, really solid singing, and has like a sick ass guitar solo that came out of nowhere as well. The music video, they keep using that same abandoned building that Stray Kids used, that Kim Lip Eclipse was in, that one that Minso was in. Like, I don't know, it's like that needs to be on our like K-pop tourism. K-pop tourism. Like, I don't know, like, where is this? Like, this has to be somewhere in your soul, because everyone literally keeps using this random abandoned building.
I have no idea where that like weird tower stadium parking garage thing is,
because it's in every music video. Literally every music video is there.
You know what I should do? I should find it and go there and then film a video there.
The thing is though, is it like off limits or something or whatever?
Oh,
like,
I have no idea.
Yeah, is
I
it
guess
like
we can find out.
Yeah, it might be private property and you might not be able to go on there. But still, it's like this is such an iconic like piece of K-pop like history or whatever. So. Yeah. Oh my God, Jokari with all the color moods and everything. Orange is the color of sacral chakra. It's the home to creativity. I don't know if I forget.
Orange is a creative color, apparently.
I know. I wouldn't call orange. I don't know what my favorite color is, honestly. I honestly don't know. I think my favorite color used to be blue and orange because I like the Mets a lot, but then my favorite color became black. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Yep. All right. Next, we have Super Junior with their song "One More Time," which also called Otra Vez, which is featuring Reik.
Reik. I don't know how to pronounce it.
I think so. The song, I thought, turned out pretty well. I think it was a good collaboration, and I think Super Junior leaning into the Latin angle is working well for them.
Oh, so well for them.
Yeah, especially since they're much past their prime in K-pop. I think going into the Latin market is a smart move, especially since they have so many fans there.
And no, yeah, like Latin America is just long been like countries like Mexico, like Puerto Rico, like there've been a lot of K-pop fans there for a long time. So them leaning into like the Latin pop vibe, or like the trend that's been really popular lately, it's a no-brainer for them. And I don't know how to pronounce their name again. Reik. They are like Latin Grammy Award winning, and they're nominated. Apparently, they're really popular among female fans, or their fan base is mostly female. And they're a Mexican group. So again, Mexico is just they have KCON in Mexico. That's how popular like K-pop is there. Like, or no, even J-pop is popular there. Like, there's a member of one of the 48 groups that I don't know. It's like she is a part of like.
Oh yeah, this.
She was a part of like a telenovela, and part of that telenovela is she's in the group and she's singing in Spanish as well, which is great.
So weird.
That's so cool, but it's actually really cool. Like, again, just to see, like, I know like all the Latin countries have just been really big fans of K-pop, so it's really cool to see them sort of collaborate in this sort of way. And yeah, they makes awesome music like this. And again, it's slowly introducing like each other. I'm sure there's a lot of people that are big like fans of Reik's music that weren't big fans of Suju, and then they're getting into it, and vice versa. So it's a cultural and musical exchange that just works really well. And yeah, I definitely enjoy. They've really hit it big this year with this Latin vibe, and I hope this only encouraged like friggin' Lo Siento with Leslie Grace, and I hope this only encourages more Latin artists to collaborate with K-pop artists and vice versa. And just a side note, like, for whatever reason they're filming this in like the MGM in Macau. Like, I don't know why. Maybe it's just like, okay, we'll meet in the middle somewhere.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, I mean, hey, and Macau's nice. Macau's basically like the Las Vegas of China or like Hong Kong. So my dad would always tell me about he'd go to Macau. My mom and him would they go to Macau from time to time because when they used. Yeah, I don't know if they gamble. I think they might like watch like horse racing or something like that.
Okay. I mean, that's still gambling though. If
Yeah.
you bet on it.
I don't know if they put money on that.
Like I know near where I live, all the casinos are on Indian reservations, or sorry, Native American reservations, and yeah, one of the big things is like just horse racing and stuff.
Oh no, in Jersey we have the Meadowlands, so like there's horse racing there, and there's like down in. Like Monmouth, there's like a racetrack there. So yeah, there's a lot of horse racing down here. But actually, no, I'm really big on betting on horse racing though. Every year during the Triple Crown, I always bet. And the most I ever made was probably like $5. Honestly, well, no, actually, no, I made $20 this year actually. But the thing is though, like the betting website I used, like the minimum like payout. Or the minimum like payout, you needed like
$100 or something.
Yeah, you need like a certain amount before you can let it pay out. So.
Dang.
Oh well.
All right. Next up, we have the best song on the list, "Let It Rain" by Ted Park, our favorite.
Oh God, Ted Park. Oh God.
I thought this song was way better than the last one, but it's really generic.
The thing is like I can't take Ted Park seriously. I cannot take him seriously. And I know he's trying to do like really serious, like emotional music, like, oh, let it rain. Oh God, this girl abandoned me or whatever. It's like, oh, just let it rain on me. But oh God, just like the whininess of his voice, it just sounds like a parody.
Also, it's a cover of the Japanese SNSD song.
Oh man, there's just like there's a lot of issues I have with this. Honestly, like I mean, his voice is questionable at best. It sounds like he's trying to imitate Jay Park, but it's like coming off really bad. Also, it's like the way he dresses is just kind of cringy because he's trying to act like a super like badass, or just like he's basically trying to act like any like a typical like hip hop or like R&B artist. I'm just like, it's not working. It's not working for me, dude. Like they're doing
to answer Chikari, Gugudon is not on the list or next month.
Next month. Yep. So like they're filming this music video in Chinatown, and like it's like on location, and all these like he's like in front of like the entrance, like the one of the like the Brooklyn Bridge or like one of the bridges or something. Like, oh God, he's trying to make it so serious, and like there's choreography, and the dancers aren't all in sync with each other. I'm just like, oh no, I feel so bad.
Oof.
Oh yeah, it's this song is literally the definition of oof. Oh, Ted Park.
Jeez. All right. Anyways, next we have The Rose with their title track "She's in the Rain" from their mini album Dawn.
So I mean, as for the actual song, this is just pretty standard. The Rose, like if you've listened to them, you definitely know what you're experiencing or just getting here. There was a bit of controversy, and this music video was actually taken down. The music video I have linked in the playlist is an other upload of it. The music video was taken down because there's a part of the music video where they have like Polaroid photos or just like screenshots. Apparently they're like they're like Instagram photos, and apparently the production company or like the director, the one that like style or like thought of the music video, decided to use an image of Jonghyun, the late Jonghyun from SHINee. They used an image of him from his Instagram, and their explanation was that they felt that the message of the song fit with Jonghyun about like being alone or just like sort of like the thoughts of loneliness and that sort of thing. So it was well intentioned, but there was a huge backlash from Shawols. They felt like it was kind of like it was insensitive to his it was insensitive to his family, and they made it, maybe they should have gotten permission, so that's why they took the music video down. And I think it's well meaning, or as I say, the road to hell is paved with good intentions or whatever. But like they definitely meant well, but it just came off really bad without the explanation behind it. Just like seeing it at face value is like, oh my God, why are you using Jonghyun this way, or just why are you trying to take advantage of the tragedy this way? So I think it's just it's just like it's an honest mistake, honestly. So I don't think there should be any outrage over it.
All right, next we have UKISS with their new Japanese single "Scandal," and it's better than I expected.
Yeah, and I mean we skip over Yukis like 90% of the time too.
Yeah, because they're kind of like irrelevant at this point, which
Yeah,
kind of sucks because
unfortunately.
I used to like UKISS back in the day.
Yeah, but that being said, I love the swing pop style that this song has. I don't know how popular they are in Japan necessarily, but just to note, this is a Japanese single. Um, Definitely, the song reminds me of like Persona, or just like the really like funky like vibe that the music from Persona has. So it's probably gonna do well in Japan. Also, I love the use of color in this music video. Just again, really like contrasty and just really like vibrant sort of thing. So it works well. Maybe we'll have to start paying attention to UKISS's Korean releases. Hopefully, it's the same quality.
Definitely. All right. Next up, we have VAV with their single "Senorita."
I helped break the story about this because their first concert tour or tour stop was in Jersey City on my birthday, and they premiered Senorita, and they told everyone, "Oh, you can't record this because the song's coming out way later." Wow, I didn't think by way later they meant 3 months later. I thought they were like actually just going to debut it like soon. So I didn't know back then, but this was actually a cover of a song by a German rapper named K1. Not the mixed martial arts thing. If you're watching Mighty Egg Roll, Kay, not K, the letter K in one. So when I first heard it, I was just like, oh, this kind of sounds like Despacito, and it's like going that Latin pop vibe sort of thing. So it works well. And no, this blew up. This has 16 million views, and VAV was like nowhere near that metric before. So the one big thing about all these Latin pop songs is that like they're actually blowing up in the like the country. Like if you look at Otra Vez, it's like all Spanish comments and everything.
Yep.
So I think like it's definitely catching on in like the Latin markets, and like they're starting.
If you want free views, just use a Spanish title.
Yeah, no, because from what because I was looking into this because Drake did a song with a Puerto Rican artist named Bad Bunny, which is really cool. Like Drake was like singing Spanish and everything. But apparently, in a lot of these Latin American countries, they don't have like Apple Music or Spotify, or so YouTube is like their primary like music player, which is why a lot of these like songs like Despacito get like 1 billion views or whatever.
Yeah, because everyone listens to it.
Yeah,
on
that's they're not listening to it on like music streaming services.
I bet that's a huge reason for why YouTube actually came out with YouTube Music.
Oh, definitely. Like, because they had like the YouTube, like they had the other thing, but it was like garbage and like so separated. But it makes more sense, like this way. That being said, as getting back to VAV, again, I went from like not knowing them into they're a really solid guy group, and I'm glad they totally deserve to blow up this way. I'm really happy, and I think they did a better job on this song than the original artist because the original like German rapper was just kind of cringy. Like this was very tasteful approach to doing Latin music, whereas he's just basically in like some type of Caribbean place just acting like it looks so generic. It's such a generic music video, and I never expected German artists to do Latin pop as well. But hey, it gave birth to this good song, so I'm not gonna complain.
Yep. All right, next we have W24 with the track. It's like just a single. It's called Soshime, and this is really good. This is one of my favorites on the list as well. Had a really good guitar track throughout the song. They even do some choreo, even though they're a band.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's really good. I want you guys to check it out for sure.
I think they've been around for a while, but this is the first time I've ever really noticed W24. One, we need more idol bands. Two, we need more freaking slap bass. Like the slap bass on this track was so good. I really love this style of song. It kind of reminds me of like the 1985. That's sort of like really like funk inspired rock.
You mean 1975?
1975. 1985. 1985 is a song by Bowling for Soup. 1975. It's basically the 80s like inspired sort of sound. So hopefully they continue with that. And I really love like the outfits that they have going for them. It's just like all Korean streetwear, so I'm obviously going to enjoy it. So yeah, definitely gonna keep my eye on W24 from now on.
Yep. All right. Next up, we got Yoon Jong Shim with the new monthly melody project, as always. Night Drive is the new track.
The wavy music is here to stay, boys. I know Rob
For
was
the
probably
last,
excited for this.
I don't
but
know
yeah.
how many. I don't
Yeah,
know how
all
many
his
months.
music is just so wavy and just like all like the city pop and like throwback stuff. So and like the actual like music video or like the video is just like all this like old school like anime inspired sort of thing. So I love it. Keep it coming, Yoon Jung Shin. And no, doesn't his next one is a collab with I forget who it was, but it's one like a female singer or a idol singer that we like. So yeah,
Nice.
he's been on fire. Honestly, I love Yoon Jung Shin.
Oh wait, so they already announced his next one, or is it already
Yeah,
out?
they announced his next one, the November one,
Okay.
I believe. So we'll see. We'll cover that
All right.
definitely.
Next up, we got Youngjae from Got7 with Jimin Park from 15 and. They have a single for the youth suicide prevention campaign, and it's called "I'm All Yours." Vocals amazing. Also, Jamie.
Yeah, Jamie. It's weird how they call her Jimin Park. I always just call her Jamie.
Well, that's her stage name. She didn't even start going by Jamie until she went on After School Club,
Oh my god.
as far as I know. So
That's weird. She's just Jamie to me. I'm just happy Jamie's getting more music, and that's cool. Their voices work so well together. It's an awesome collaboration.
Yeah.
It's for a really good cause, definitely. Hopefully, a lot of these kids in Korea definitely take the message more seriously, because I know Korea has a serious like bullying problem and like with
Yep.
like that sort of
well,
like internet
bullying and
bullying.
also like just pressure from school.
Yeah, definitely. So hopefully with these like big K-pop idols, they definitely take the message more to heart from them. And I mean, again, there's a lot of K-pop idols that talk about like either getting bullied or just like dealing with like pressure and like all that sort of stuff too.
Yep.
So it definitely means a lot.
Yep. All right. Next is the last track, which is called "My," which is by an artist I haven't heard of before named Yuta. And yeah, this is really, really good. She's like she has a really interesting voice. It's almost like a cross between Suran and Lim Kim.
Oh my god, I miss Lim Kim so much.
Where
she
is
go?
she? She's
I think she's honestly. I think she's just done with like maybe like the music industry. I don't know. She's maybe
So sad.
for all I know, maybe she's back here in Jersey. Honestly,
Go find her, Andrew.
yeah, I'll go find her. Honestly, if she's like, Lim Kim, come back. I love you. I love your music. Anyway, again, we were both just in love with her voice again, just like the raspiness of it. It's like again something you don't hear in K-pop. So.
Yep.
It's just something that just it's ingrained into your memory, basically. Just the like her voice. So yeah, and her voice sounds like Lim Kim. The music
Yep.
sounds a lot like Neon Bunny, or that sort of like vibe
Yeah.
to it. So obviously, that's a win-win in my book. Honestly, you're just combining like two things I love. So I really love. I can't stop listening to this song. Honestly, I've had it on repeat for all day.
Yeah, it had a really, really nice vibe. I'm gonna check out the rest of her stuff if she has any. So
Yeah, I've never heard of her before this. So if anyone knows who Yura is, definitely just let us know, or like what music from her that we should definitely start checking out. If not, we'll let you know.
yep. All right. So that was the list. I'd like to thank everybody that decided to check in on the live stage. This is our first time doing this kind of thing, so I'm glad like this many people started watching.
Oh, and it went so much better than I thought it would. I thought
Yeah, I
this
was
just gonna be
expecting like 3
garbage
people to
truck
watch
on
the
fire.
thing. But we had like up to like 15 at one point. So
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
good
we
enough
did
for
pretty
me,
well.
honestly. So before we end this, we actually wanted to do a bit of a Q&A, maybe just like or just
oh
like
yeah, definitely.
yeah, just maybe just like give us or an AMA or just either anything you wanted to comment on in your favorite release, or just any questions you have for us. Obviously, we won't be able to answer or we'll try to answer as best we can. So yeah, we'll just use the next maybe 5 or so minutes for a Q&A.
Yep. By the way, thanks for tuning in, Bob.
Thank you. Thanks to everyone for tuning in. Definitely. I love all you guys. I wish I was gonna be like, maybe we should do a
Mucho
giveaway.
lit.
Yeah, Mucho Lit. I was like, maybe we should do a giveaway, but it's like, oh shit, I still haven't sent this out. I'm just like, oh god, I'm sorry. It's just like, oh, I'm so busy. Oh man.
Hey, even though you're late, thanks for tuning in,
Yeah,
Rachel.
thank you for tuning in. You can
You
ask
can
us any questions right now. We'll go into.
You can go back and
like,
rewatch this anyways.
Yeah,
so.
the archive should go up in a couple hours after this goes up. So yeah, we'll go. I guess we'll go into 11:10 Eastern time.
All right, you guys have 7 minutes to ask anything you want.
7 minutes. If you were to release your own solo songs as an artist, what kind of music would you... City pop! City pop! What kind of question is that? You already know.
For me, I'd probably do something on the rock spectrum, probably. Like probably, I don't know, like indie rock pop kind of thing is probably where I would stand.
Nate,
That's what I could see myself doing at least. So.
Nate can answer these questions as well, assuming Nate didn't fall
asleep.
asleep.
If he's even still
here. He probably fell asleep. He's just like, I'm going to moderate. He's probably knocked out in front of his computer right now. Okay. Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, granted, I actually at one point in my life, because I went to Berkeley, or I went to. You
went to Berkeley?
No, I did not go to Berkeley. I physically saw Berkeley in Boston. I was just like, there was one point in my life I actually wanted to go to Berkeley. I'm just like, no, I'm not good enough to do the music sort of thing. But
yeah,
I know a lot more famous people and more talented people than I am. Ended up going to Berkeley.
I mean, then there's me. I intended on going to engineering school and ended up taking on an art major.
Because you're insane. And, well, it's going to pay off when you go to Korea.
Yeah, it's my second major, but still, it's fine. It's fine.
I don't know. We'll just keep waiting on questions.
We'll just wait here until you guys ask us something. Otherwise, we'll leave at 11:10. Okay. What genre of movies do you guys like? Favorite movie? Personally, I really like superhero type movies. It doesn't have to be Marvel necessarily, but like just that sort of style. But yeah, it's probably my favorite genre. Otherwise, I like a lot of action and stuff.
Favorite genre of movie? I really don't know. Favorite movie? I don't know either. I honestly, because the thing is though, like, up until recently, because I got AMC A-list recently, and up until then, most of like my movie watching, was just like, I don't know, Marvel movies and maybe some like something like in between, or just like Nolan movies. So I don't know. I didn't get to figure it out, or I'll figure it out eventually. I mean, there are a lot of like highly critical movies. There's a lot of important movies in my life. Like I'd say one of the most important movies that I ever watched was, God, it was the one with Zoe Deschanel. It's like, what is it, like 500 Days of Summer or something like that?
Elf.
No. Yep, 500 Days of Summer, which was a formative movie in my young life. That movie fucked me up. That's why it's important. But yeah, I'm definitely trying to get more into like movie watching now that I have AMC A-list. One of my favorite movies of the year definitely so far has been First Man, because again, I'm in love with astronomy and space. Like I spent my entire freaking paycheck on freaking the NASA Vans collection, just because I wanted to be like an astronaut at one point in my life. So yep, First Man, go see it. The next question, I believe, is from Jakari. It's, if you had to marry an SNSD member, who would it be?
Taney.
You polygamy. You're legalizing polygamy in the United States.
Yeah, just marry both of them. It's fine. I can do that.
I mean, again, I've stated before that my first bias was Jessica. So, but she's taken. Yep. By Tyler Kwan. And then my second bias was Soo-young.
If only Nate were here so he could rant about Tyler Kwan.
Soo-young is also taken. So
it doesn't matter if they're taken. It's fine.
I don't want to. I ain't
they're
trying to
married.
be. I ain't trying to be that baby come back guy. I don't know. Even regardless of like their taken status or not, I'd actually consider it would be Taeyeon, just because I know how like Taeyeon just basically just sits at home and does nothing. And I basically sit at home and do nothing. I'm just like, damn, that actually be pretty. Yes, fuck Tyler Kwan show. That'd actually be really a really enjoyable experience, probably, just because she seems like a really like lazy, laid back person, and she loves Roller Coaster Tycoon 3, which is like one of my favorite games of all time. Holy crap! So yeah, it'd probably be Taeyeon, because Taeyeon seems like wifey material. Out of all of the SNSD, Taeyeon is definitely the most wifey material.
Yeah, All right. Rob also asked, which idols do you like in that way? Sunmi.
Momo? I don't know. I just I think the reason that I just realized the reason I noticed the similarities between Momo and Shiruma Miru in from NMB48. I think it's just both because it looks like they have ginormous eyes. They're basically like real life anime. If you look at Momo, like she has huge eyes in comparison.
Nico ni.
Nico ni. Nako doing Nico.
Oh yeah, Nako did that today.
Oh my god. Smash the protect button. And obviously Momo doing Nico Nico Ni is pretty much why I started biasing her, and why I ended up. I know I see her dancing as well. And another thing I've actually sort of been getting
Andrew
into,
wants Love Live in real life with Momo.
I haven't even watched Love Live. I need to watch Love Live. Oh man, but yeah, I wrote a fan fiction about my life experience.
Oh my god, I love it.
That's another topic. We need to do the reading K-pop fan fiction again.
God, dude, the Jimin one was so cringy.
We need to do it. We need to find our like famous friends or somebody, or we need to find someone that can do voice acting, and we need to do because you know how like there's a dramatic reading
of K-pop fan fiction.
Yes, hilarious. We need to do dramatic reading of K-pop fiction. Oh man, I think that's close to time. Unless anyone else has anything.
Yeah. All right, we'll take one more question if anybody has it.
Yeah, one more question.
First to do it. First to do it
will be the last question of the night.
Yes.
Yeah, because we've already gone like almost like 2 hours. So thank you for sticking with us. Obviously, I really didn't know how this was going to turn out. So this is something we might do in the future. Honestly, this turned out so well. So we might make this maybe like a bi-monthly thing or a monthly thing. Even honestly, up to you guys. Honestly, like would something like this work better for maybe one of our shows? Or maybe just the concept of live streaming would be enjoyable more.
All right, last question is, how do you wipe?
No.
The answer is standing up.
No. Actually, no. Yeah, actually, I do stand up. I don't trust people who sit down. I don't trust people who sit down, and honestly, if you sit down and wipe, you're probably a synth. From freaking favorite debut song ever. Okay,
we'll actually answer that one. That one's a real question. Favorite debut song ever? Into the New World. Done.
Probably. Yeah, I mean
either Into the New World or Replay, probably.
Again, I never experienced Into the New World's debut, obviously, because I didn't know what game
it was. We weren't there.
Yeah, but I'd say
I guess for one I actually experienced, that's hard.
I'd say even regardless of experience, I'd say that I'd value Into the New World just because of, again, like the meaning it has in Korean culture. So that's why I'd probably put it as my favorite. KDA. Biggest surprise in 2018. Freaking, I don't know.
All these collabs, like holy crap.
KDA. Are you asking what my KDA is in League, or if we're gonna talk about KDA? If you're asking about what my KDA is in League or COD, I suck at COD, or I don't play. I just play Blackout. And in League, I am a support main, so my KDA should theoretically be 0, 0, and like 1,000 assists, basically, or just like 100% kill participation. That makes it. We initially wanted to talk about KDA, but we mentioned,
we're gonna do it next week.
We'll do it next week. It deserves its own. I could probably do an entire podcast on just like the significance and like how much depth and how much attention to detail they brought to KDA and pop stars.
I agree with Jakari about Happiness, dude. I was so hyped for that debut, and then all the netizens had to get pissed off about it. It was a combination of like FX fans and people just being fake mad about the music videos, a whole mess. But
again, I was out of K-pop at that point. I had no idea who Red Velvet was until Ice Cream Cake came out. So
that is a crime. That is a crime, sir.
I think that'll do it for tonight, though. But I'd say like definitely let us know if you want to see us do this again in the future, whether it be through shows or an idea we was throwing around was maybe do like a monthly community game stream sort of thing, or maybe we just like play video games with you guys or something. I don't know.
That'd be fun. We could do literally do like League of Legends or something.
Yes, we could do League of Legends. I know Fleur would be up for that. We could. Everyone needs to buy the KDA skins.
Money.
You need to spend the $60 to buy it, like I did, and then we can play League of Legends.
But you bought all of them?
Yes, I bought the entire thing.
Oh god.
I paid $60 for the skin pack.
But I don't pay enough to justify it, so it depends.
$60 for the skin pack, $60 total for the dad hat and the RE figure. So curse you, Riot Games, and my money. Yeah, we'll definitely do this again, and yeah, we'll both for Daybotcast.
You're right, Eggroll League does suck.
No, League does not suck. League is the best.
Overwatch is fun.
We could probably do Overwatch because we could do Overwatch, we could do League, we could do PUBG, we could do Fortnite because it's free. We could do Smash if I ever get an Elgato capture card sort of thing. I was thinking it'd be really cool to do like a Smash tournament, like a Smash Ultimate tournament of all the like K-pop YouTubers or whatever, and then just have someone just like do commentary on it. I'd love that, honestly. So that's just some ideas we've been throwing on. So take us out, Jacob. That's all I gotta say.
All right, well, everyone, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for asking your questions. And honestly, just thanks for sticking with us. Honestly, I did not expect this many people to, like, we only have like 13 people watching, but that's way more than I expected. So yeah, thanks for everybody taking the time to listen to our show. And yeah, so we'll see you next week, and stick with us.
Stay live.
Stay throbbingly live.
That doesn't work. It doesn't work at all. Bye, guys. Oh, wait. Okay, I have to hit stop stream.